Hello and welcome back to Conan Exiles. So here we are, finally. We're down in this little section down here. What is this? Whatever numbered letter it is, whatever. We're over here. Right here. We had some slight difficulties for a while. Because that last DLC, I guess. Yeah, that big DLC that came out just recently. They added in a new map. Crashed a ton of mods. Anybody who's using mods right now probably knows what ends up being what I'm talking about. But I had to go through everything and find what was working and what wasn't working. And essentially try to save the world. So we ended up losing quite a few of the mods. I've updated the list below. This is going to kind of be like a shortish episode because I'm building, but right now I've got to get on my horse and go all the way back down here to, G or 6G or 3G, yeah, right here, and get the crafting table. Well, actually, I might have ended up getting enough to make the crafting table. I'll have to look at that. But I wanted to come down and show you what I've ended up doing. We've got 3 unseen still at the moment. We're going to have to end up probably getting some more. I'm probably going to end up taking this and moving it out a little bit. She's right up against the wall, which is not a big deal, but I find myself going ahead and trying to go through here, and I can't always do that, and it gets on my nerves. We did bring we loaded up our elephant, which we gave him a name Flint, and rescue for our rhino. We put as much material as building stuff that we had already had, put it on them, brought them down here, and I brought the horse, and I brought the first trip, ended up bringing that and the Stygian bear down here, and then I ended up using the band to summon the sidekicks to bring these 3 down here. So we're good to go right now. We're gonna have to get some more unseen. I think I'm gonna end up making another one of these, but I might end up making one of the ones in here. This one right here, the Soul Prison. I think we might end up making that one. Steel reinforcement, hardened brick, tearing steel bar. We don't have any of that, so we'll have to figure out how to make that. And then I know how to make the arcane essence. But I think we'll make a couple of those. This right here is just going to be a little kind of tunnel through here. I didn't have any plans for this. I kind of wanted to hide this out of the way, but still have it where it's, notice, or you can see it still, I guess. So it kind of, you can tell it goes from the wood right here to the outside, which at first I was like, but I guess I don't really mind it. I guess I could flip these 2 walls over. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Another reason why I put this section here is because I had the stairs going up. My idea was going to have, where this was going to be the open area, maybe a few chairs or something out here, maybe a couple of guards out here, and then they were going to go up to this area right here, and I was going to have this open, and it going all the way around to have kind of guards up here, some with the arrows and everything. And then it goes into this side room right here, which I don't know if a door is going to end up working there. We'll have to figure out to see. We might put a door right there. But I'm going to close this top part off. So this area is going to be the big training area for these guys. Yeah, my builds are never pretty. They're just functional. But I wanted to go one more level. And originally I was going to put one of these up here. But if I get those prisms. What is it? Prison? Yeah. Then I'm not too sure. I might put those up here. Put them in the back right here. Maybe one right there. I'm not sure how big it is. I think I fit one right there. Or we might just put those into here. Because we do got a stairwell coming down here so we can go ahead and drag them in, which is not a big deal. The Flint and Rescue, they'll go back with me whenever I travel back to the other side. I'll unload everything. I think I've got a couple of chests I can make. and then we'll run them through. And I think what I was going to do is down here is I was going to put maybe the vault. We might do a vault upstairs. I don't know. I wanted to try to make one of those vaults. See how that ends up going. But we'll have to see. But anyways, so right down here, I split it off for two reasons, but I don't know if I would give myself enough room. This side was just going to be like the tunnel going into the side, but it was also going to lead over to this side. And this side, I was going to bring in all the Age of Calamitous magic, like the crafting tables and everything. But I don't think I have enough room. The main idea of this place is going to be basically where I tame up some of my guys get tamed, essentially. And either they get crappy stats and they become the unseen, or they get good stats and they go off to somewhere else, essentially. But I'm not going to level them up, and I gave, of course, I'm about to say this, but then I went ahead and gave these two guys names. But I'm not going to end up leveling, I'm not going to give them names until they get level 20. Because if I'm naming every one of them and they're dying like when they're like level 3 or 4, it kind of gets ridiculous. But the unseen, I've already lost these guys. I've probably lost about 4 so far. And I'm down to 3. I usually carry 4 with me when I go. And I think these are not even the worst stat per people anymore, I don't think. Because I think it ended up changing again. Let's see, stats. Okay, so here's the angry drunk again. She's still right here. Has brawn, but a lower constitution. Let's see. I think I still have the archer that's not really an archer. This guy doesn't have that bad of stats, though. But he got brought up. Yeah, actually, he's got pretty good stats. He just got brought over here. I think I brought him in here when I lost almost all of my unseen. Your follower is very specific that strangely has increased their health. And she's not really that bad either. In trained hand, bows are lethal weapons that can bring down a foe from afar. Your father was born in iron constitution. Okay, so here's one of them. I used to have a guy, and I also had a female too, that has archer, but then they got cannibal, has increased their health but decreased their vision. So they got accuracy -1, which is not really that big a deal. But I think he was one of the ones that I brought in after I lost every one of them, because I lost the archer that had like a humongous discount to archery. He's no longer alive. So it kind of ends up being where I am going to have to bring some decent ones in here, but then again, I'm going to have to end up bringing some different ones. What I'm thinking about doing is when I'm leveling them up, I mentioned this before, they're going to wear this combo, and then I think I'm going to end up having it where they're level 20, they're going to end up wearing a different form. And we want to get some of those, the ogres, I think they're, whatever they end up being, from Age of Calamitous. I want to get some of them and bring them over and have them over here too. I think that would be awesome. But yeah, we just want to kind of touch base. And he's level 18, which he's doing pretty good as far as just, I throw all my stuff on him and he just carries it all around. Let's see. Oops. Take it, take it, take it. I think we're going to take the ironstone back with us. Just melt it down. We'll take the copper stone too. We're going to have to end up probably chopping down some street. I think what I'm going to end up doing is we'll have this place like self-sustained kind of. I brought a whole bunch of gruel with me when I came. But I think we're going to end up out here in the water, just like along right here. We're going to put some of those traps for the crabs and the shellfish and the stuff like that, just so this place will live straight off of that. You know, I'll use it for taming, and I'll use it for some of the mounts, and I'll use it for... Actually, I don't think I'll have it mount. I want to bring a couple of cats over here. Panthers are end up being the main thing that's over there on the side, and I've got 2 panthers tamed up, and we might bring those over here. I haven't figured out who's going to end up being the leader of over here yet. We'll have to end up determining that, because I like to have him in a separate armor too. And I haven't determined what kind of name that this place would be. It's kind of like, the way I was looking at it is kind of like how you have like the Hand out of Marvel. They have their temple and everything. Or like League of Assassins. I think that's what it ends up being. From Ra's al Ghul and Batman and everything. How he's got that big temple and everything, and that's where they all get tamed or trained and everything, and then they go out into the world. That's kind of what I was thinking. Is this is what where all these guys will end up being. So whenever I'm taming up a ton of people or a ton of things, then I can go ahead and have 4 of these guys with me, and then if it gets too much, I can go ahead and have 6 of the sidekicks that I can summon in and knock out something. And then as I'm leveling them, I can go over I can go over here and knock out some of these people. Which according to, I think it's over in this area right here. See, we're right here. So we'll have the bandit camp and everything we can get some from. And then we can level in the ape area. And then down in this little area down here, if I'm not mistaken, like around N4... in 5 kind of, there is a whole bunch of camps that have some pretty good thralls. Now we did end up having to take out quite a few of the mods that I have one really cool looking thrall. He's completely vanished. He had red eyes. I just knocked him out recently, and I have not seen him anymore. So we didn't really lose a lot. We lost some. I have a few clothing items that do not show up too well on some of my guys. Either like, for instance, I think it's like ankles. I can see. No, I don't think he's like that. But there's a couple of them, like if I put like bracelets or something that shows their bare feet, it doesn't show up. It's like they're hovering there and they're cut off right below the knees. So it's like, But anyways, I kind of wanted to show this and everything. We're going to keep on building, and I want to say I want to have it go up, and I'm going to probably put another tower right here and have this one go up on this side. That's what I'm thinking. Because I do want to have a place, if I die and I have to I release over to this side, that I can go ahead and go up there and get most of my stuff that I had with me. This old area right here would be theirs, and then this area right here would kind of be mine. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I think that'll work. And then we'll bring this further out a little bit. Now I think I'm going to put a couple more. Like, I'm going to open this area up and put like 2 or 3 right here. And that way, this really does look like it's... I might actually take this and put it over here. Clear out this and just put like 2 or 3 of them over here. I might have to see how that ends up going. But anyways, so until next time, I know this is a short little episode, but we kind of want to touch base. It took a while to go ahead and figure out which mods were causing the confliction. I'm going to keep building on this a little bit, but we got to run back all the way to the base and drop off those 2. Drop off these 2, and then we'll go ahead and... I think I am going to leave... This horse is probably going to stay at this base more likely, so we'll probably make them a stable or something. That might be an idea too. Make him stable like right in here, so I can park him and he can go in or out. Or he can stay in this one. I guess it wouldn't really matter. Just a little home. I gotta get the doors for that too. Anyway, so until next time, I'm Shaking Art, and I shall catch you later.